welcome to the Saturday edition of the Box Seat. I'm Adam McGrath and joined by Mark Olmos. Mark, 8 races to take a look at. Again, some really good events throughout the day.
Yeah, really nice listed race as well, Adam. Heading towards the Derby, looking forward to get stuck into that.
Yeah, it should be a really good day. Let's take a look at the conditions that we are going to be faced with. The Mooble Rail is at the 6 metres. Some interesting winds here, which we're going to take a key note of just to see how conditions do play out. Looks to be a perfect day of racing as well. Let's get straight into it, Mark. Let's find some winners and start with race number 1. It's over the 1,000 metres for the 2-year-olds.
Yeah, the MPA Skills played, Adam. There's one horse we'll have a look at, but two others come out of that race as well. Kiss Bang Love running third behind the Smart Debelay Show.
Bust at the top of the home straight, 250 left to go. And Debelay Show, who's been parked wide, goes up to Aaron Boy. They head off Royal Strata. They've kicked away from the others. Debelay Show let down. Oh, we put pay to them quickly, Debelay Show. This has been a really good win. The stake has a look around. He's a bit green and raw, but he's got an abundance of ability.
A good performance here by Kiss Bang Love. We've seen these Debelay Show form lines hold up, with Reykjavik winning midweek as well, and winning in style, it must be said. Now, Kiss Bang Love hasn't had much luck. You take a look at the barriers. Barrier 4 2 starts ago, somehow was 3 wide in that run. Then last heart just got a little bit back and still did a lot wrong. Now they jump in barrier 6. William Pike goes on board and the blinkers go on as well. This filly has a lot of class. We've seen it throughout the performances as well. If it all clicks, I think she can be hard to beat.
There's a first starter in there that's taken my eye, a colt by Henny Hughes out of a mare called Scottish Storm, a middle storm mare. Now, she won at her first start, winning the Perth Magic Millions 2-year-old race. This galloper, I really like the trial, was pushed out at him, but and was as if it was race conditions, but I still like the way he found the line. And Paul Jordan, he's been having a bit of success with his 2-year-olds.
Yeah, I agree that it was like a race condition, and that's my small concern. I'm just not sure how much more this horse has, but you can't ignore the Paul Jordan, Craig Staple form line. The blinkers are on as they were in the trial as well, and they just get the 2-year-olds running. So from barrier 3, they should be in a really nice position through the early stages.
We've got number 2, Aaron Boy, which you also would have seen in that replay. Got dropped off at the turn pretty comfortably by Debelay Show. Look, was pretty unimpressive, to be honest, because they did go slow out in front. It was beaten 2.5 lengths. Let's hope there's some improvement in there.
Yeah, I still didn't mind the run. I mean, finishing second behind Debelay Show over the 1,200 metres. The 3 trials leading into that were quite good, and I know they've got a good opinion of this galloper. I think dropping back to the 1,000 metres is ideal. They're drawn well in barrier 4 as well, so they'll have a couple of options throughout. It is certainly going to be a winning chance, and don't be surprised if it does open up as your favourite. But I'm going to go with our replay horse, number 7, Kiss Bang Love. From 2, Aaron Boy. Number 9, One Final Word. And 3, Galveston Bay.
I've got number 4 on top for me. The first starter there, Cognac. From number 2, Aaron Boy. 7, Kiss Bang Love. And 3, Galveston Bay.
Race number 2 at Ascot is an event for the 3-year-olds over the 1,100 metres. And Mark, this is a race where I had about 8 horses that I wanted to fit into my 4, and the ones that you left out, you know they can still win, so it's a really tough race to tip. Yeah, very open race, especially for the early quaddie punters. Adam, a replay horse is a last start winner. More races leading all the way.
Deep out as Babblers, a quarter into the straight, and still the leader, and going all right is More Races, leads by 3 lengths, doing it very well. More Races nicely clear, battling away Yard Daddy, followed by Storm Dancer hitting the line quite well, but More Races has got it won. Storm Dancer runs up outside of Yeah Daddy and late on the scene, Stellar Ignition, but More Races wins it well.
We mentioned in the preview of this race that you just had to put a line through that first up start. Yes, it was concerning that they lost by 9 lengths, but when you went back to the previous campaign, you saw the horses that this galloper was able to beat, the likes of Jester Jingle, Astronomite, and that as well. You had to take serious note. It was Randy Tan's first ever ride for Jim Taylor. He was able to get the job done. Now, Shelby Bertel takes the ride, so it means just the 56 kilos again. Draw nicely in barrier 2, the 1,100 metres with speed. This horse is going to be very hard to run down.
Just didn't handle the straight at Pinjarra. That was the excuse there, beaten 9 lengths. Other horses in the race we'll have a look at. Number 9, Man Time. Now, still a maiden, but he's trained by Simon Miller and has showed really promising signs.
Still a maiden, but take a look at the horses that it has been versing, especially in this prep as well. Beaten by Dainty Tess and just by Undisclosed. They'll be beating most 3-year-olds going around at the moment as well. So I think Man Time's a serious galloper. I really like their stretching out to the 1,100 metres. There's good speed in the race with More Aces, Undisclosed to these types going forward as well. I think Joey has a party can camp just off them, show the turn of foot late and win the race.
Number 6, Speeding Comet there as well. It's been a long time between drinks, 444 days. That was its first ever start. It was over 1,100 metres, back to 1,100 metres here. I really like him here with the blinkers staying on. Sarah Bonner claiming 3 kilos or 2 kilos in this race, down to 53. But I think they'll go to the front and they'll be very, very hard to catch here.
I agree with you. I mean, you normally see 444 days and only one win in the career and you'd be worried. But again, Speeding Comet's another type that's raced against older horses. It's raced against the best 3-year-olds. With 53 kilos here and a gate, I think they can certainly play a part as well. But I'm going to go with the stablemate, number 9, Man Time. From 3, Undisclosed, 10, Mind Grace, and 6, Speeding Comet.
Yeah, somehow I've left out Undisclosed. As you mentioned, a very open race, Adam. I've got the 6 on top, Speeding Comet. From the 1, More Aces. 9, Man Time, and number 11, Next Generation.
Race number 3 at Ascot. It's over the 1200 metres. Looking forward to this race as well, Mark. There's a couple returning, Regal Gleam and Jester Jingle, which we know have plenty of ability. We've seen them both trial really well. Presentadile looks really nice. Star Glitter's in good form. Patrimonio, can it break its first up record or not being able to win outside of being first up? So a really intriguing affair.
Yeah, plenty of speed potentially as well. Straight into the replay horse. So number 8, Presentadile, running second last start behind Conceited.
Diamond Princess, Sentoki, La Patron, Classy Cat. Presentatai goes back to the inside and Penelomis is putting in down the centre, but Conceited has raced up, just wanted to lay in. Universal Mean tries to come back. La Patron, Penelomis, Presentatai flashes late, Conceited clear. Coming hard, Presentatai, Penelomis, La Patron wide out, but Conceited.
Really good performance here by Presentatai, running on strongly, only losing by 0.8 lengths as you could see in the replay. I think there's a couple of positives here. The first is William Pike going on board. The next is Barrier 5. Then you've got an extra 100 metres. Then you've got the bar plates coming off. They are all massive ticks here with the speed that is going to be in the race as well. If Presentatai can sit just behind them, not have to be scrubbed up too much through the early stages, no doubt she has a turn of foot to be able to win this.
Number 1, Regal Gleam, drawn awkwardly out in barrier 12, but that 1200 metre start here at Ascot is a very, very fair start, and we'll have plenty of time to get across, and the breeze should certainly help. Once she gets to the front, she may well be hard to run down.
Well, we've just seen in recent times as well that Regal Gleam can get to the front pretty comfortably, has so much speed out of those barriers. Aaron Mitchell rides her so well as well. 11 starts, 5 victories and 3 placings. She's had 6 attempts over the distance for 4 wins. Really like the 2 trials, especially the most recent, winning by 1.5 lengths over Ripper Rio. The barrier is a concern, but she's definitely a winning hope.
Number 13, Chester Jingle, a mare now by Lonhro. The recent trial was very, very fast in 60.09 seconds. Now, out of a very good family, as we know, Jester Tune was a very, very good 2-year-old filly herself, and out of the It's a Him family as well. So a lot of good gallopers there.
Was untouched really in that trial too, had so much still left to give. You go back through last prep, beaten 1.8 by Cosmic Storm. That was in a listed race carrying 55 carries, less weight here in a 62 plus. The positive with Jester Jingle, this horse has led in its career. It's been able to take a sit just behind the leaders. It's been able to go back and run on as well. So Lee Newman is going to have so many possibilities in the race. I just think Jester Jingle has the most upside, and that's why I'm going to tip her number 13 on top from 8 Presentatai, number 1 Regal Gleam and 4 Star Glitter.
I've got the 1 on top here, Regal Gleam from the wide barrier. From number 8 Presentatai, 13 Jester Jingle, and number 11 Dolly M.
Race number 4 at Ascot is a 78 plus event over the 1,000 metres. There's some pretty impressive winners going into this race, Mark, and there's one that last start we saw this, it won by over 5 lengths.
Yeah, almost 2 months ago now since we've seen 3 votes. Let's have a look at it winning by over 5 lengths.
He's nursing into the straight and it put up 4 lengths on them. Secret Assault down on the fence behind them from Universal Moon. Tommy, who then came Slick Sam deeper out, but the further they go, the further 3 votes increases this lead. And if you're looking at 3 votes for the day, give it to this galloper. He's going to win and win in a canter. 3 votes by 5.
Quality performance on that day by 3 votes. I remember actually being over in Europe when this race was on and wanting to put it on and show the boys a pretty good horse. Expected to win by maybe 1 or 2 lengths and just absolutely blitzed and was untouched through the early stages and still had a bit of pressure on it through those early stages, but was just able to kick away. This horse has got serious upside. The bar plates are on here as well, but I'm just not really concerned, to be honest. I just think it's gone to that new level. It's learnt to settle and relax through the early stages, and with 54 kilos, I just think it's going to be too good.
The concern is for me, though, stepping up in 3 grades. I've still got him on top, and I think he draws well. He's well weighted, but the concern is up 3 grades, and you're up against some very, very handy gallopers. The likes of Smoko, Zuccaros, they've all been around and raced in that better class of company. Adam, number 6 as well, Seeker. He's in fantastic form, looking for 4 in a row. Its last defeat was at the hands of 3 votes, as you saw in the replay.
Yeah, he's going great guns, isn't he, Seeker? And Kate Whitten is riding him so well. The biggest positive here is that they get him with 51.5 kilos. They have stepped through the grades nicely. A 60 plus win, a 62 plus, and then a 66 plus. Straight to the 78 plus here. It suits. There's good speed in the race as well. With 3 votes, Smoko been able to push forward as well. well. Conceited going out in front. So, look, if they're able to run on, this horse will be flashing home late.
Number 1, Smoko, has barrier 11. If it drawn a gate, I'd give it a good chance. I still do give it some hope, especially with William Pike aboard.
Yeah, they should still be able to cross and get into a really nice position here. Smoko, experience is on the side. The last time they carried the 60 kilos was back in October, and still put in a nice performance over the 1100 metres on that occasion. You can't rule out a horse like that. I think it's as simple as that. You have to show it respect. But I'm going to go with the newcomer, number 11, 3 votes from number 6, Seeker, 9, Marchand, and 1, Smoko.
I'm going with number 11 as well, 3 votes ahead of number 6, Seeker. Number 7, Conceited, also stepping well up in class, and number 1, Smoko.